In this training video, I want to show you how you can add a QR code onto the start screen of a sharing station event such that the QR code updates each time a new photo or video appears on this screen. Now, before I do that, I'll just recap on how the sharing station works. So what we're looking at here is a photo sharing station. If I go into the editor, we've got a start screen, a media browser screen, and a show photo screen. So on the start screen, what we've got here is a image sequence item. Now, you don't have to have this, but it's nice to have it there so that users can see some of the photos before they interact with the sharing station. If we take a look at this, I've just double clicked there, you can see that the sequence item is looking at the folder WAMP64 www sharing station. Now, sharing station is the name of this event. Let me just come out of here. You can see it's named sharing station. If I go into the designer, you can see that we've got a sharing station event and we're looking at the local web server folder WAMP64 www sharing station. Now, I'm not going to explain all about WAMP64 and local Wi-Fi networks. There are other videos about this, but basically this event is set up to look at that folder, and let's have a look at it here. And as you can see, we've got the 3 photos in here at the moment, and obviously new photos will keep arriving in here from various places. So this event is at the moment just cycling through these 3 photos in the sharing station event. So let's have a look at the properties of the screen. You can see that I've set this screen to never time out. So this screen basically stays visible all the time until somebody touches the screen, and it will just cycle round these 3 images. And as new images arrive in the sharing station folder, they will be added to this sequence list. So let's just run this and see what happens, just so to refresh our memory. Play the event, touch the screen, choose an image, click next. Now, this screen gives the user 2 QR codes. One is to scan to join the local Wi-Fi network, and the second one is to actually access this image off the computer to download onto their phone. So, as I say, what we want to do in this video is to show you how to add a QR code onto this start screen so that each time this image sequence item shows another photo, the QR code will be automatically updated to allow the user to scan it and download the photo that's currently being shown. So let's show you how to do that. If we go into the editor, I want to put the QR code here, so I'm going to make some space. So let's move this over here, put this down here. Okay, so we've plenty of space for the QR code. Now, you can add a QR code here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the one off the show photo screen, and it's this one. I'm going to copy it, just close that, back to the start screen and paste it onto this screen. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Now, let's have a look at the contents of this. You can see that it's referencing the web server IP address and the event file name. Now, the reason for that is because the web server IP will change potentially each time you connect the system up together. So that's variable. Again, I don't want to go into this too much because I explain all this in another video, but you need to put this text into this text box. And now, starting with Rightbooth version 7.14.17, there's a new option down here at the bottom, text plus sequence item. So let's just select that and click OK. Now, if you watch what happens here, each time this image changes, you'll see that the QR code alters as well. So Rightmove is automatically updating the QR code to point at the photo that is currently being shown in the image sequence item. Now, as I say, this also works with video sequence items, so if you had videos here in a video sequence item, this will also work as well. Let's just play the event. And you'll be able to see the QR code changing each time the photo is updated. Now, another option that you have available here is to only show the most recent photo on this screen with the accompanying QR code. So let's show you how you would do that. The first thing to do is to set the image sequence item to only ever show one photo. So let's just double click this, and here you've got the option show one only. So let's tick that. Now, what happens with Rightmove here is that because it's only ever going to show one photo in the image sequence item, it will always show the most recent photo that lands in the sharing station event. And that happens to be this photo. Let's have a look in the folder. You can see that photo 3 here, that's the one that was most recently taken, and that is what Rightmove will always show now on this screen. Now, the other thing we need to do here is to set the screen to have a timeout. If you don't do that, then it will just sit here and never change. So let's just look at the properties of the screen. As you can see, the screen is set to timeout to never. I'm going to change it to on display time, and I'm going to make this, let's make this 4 seconds. Probably 8's better, but I'll leave it at 4 so that you can see what will happen here. What I'm going to do now is play the event, and I'm going to add a new photo into the sharing station folder so you can see what happens. So let me play this. So here is the event playing, and every 4 seconds it updates the screen, but it's showing the same photo, the most recent one. So this QR code is always referencing this most recent photo. Now what I will do is I'm going to simulate a new photo arriving in the sharing station. So here's a test folder with 2 new photos in it. I'm going to put this down here. And here's the sharing station event, and I'll just make this smaller icons. So as you can see, there are the 3 photos in the sharing station, and we've got 2 new photos over here. I'm going to just copy and paste one in so you can see what happens. Let's just move that down there a little bit. So let's assume this new photo has just been taken. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it in here. Let me just move that down a little bit more so you can see both this and the QR code. So I'm going to right click here, paste the photo in, and watch what happens. Paste, the photo's gone in, Rightmove picks up on it, and here's the new photo with the new QR code. So from now on, Rightmove is showing photo 4. Let's do another one. Let's take this one, right click, copy, right click, paste, and again, when the screen times out and re-shows itself, the image sequence item now shows the most recent photo, which is photo 5, which is here, with the associated QR code. So if that's how you want to present it to the users, that's a nice way of doing it, only ever showing the most recent photo taken. Or, as I say, you can go back to showing them all. Let's just do that again, back into the editor. simply change this back to not showing one only. Set the screen timeout to be never again. That gives the image sequence item plenty of time to go through all of the photos. Let's just play that again. So photo 5, 4 seconds later, photo 4 with the new QR code, photo 3 with its QR code, and so on. So obviously users are free to select, view, browse, scan, get your photo, and back to the start screen. Now you might want to also put the join Wi-Fi network QR code on this screen somewhere, or even just pin it up to the side of the actual booth on the wall. It's entirely up to you. So I hope this video explains how you can put QR codes on the start screen that accompany the image or the video sequence item. And thanks for watching.